of the show. Trouble of literally, YouTube tells you do not swear within the first 7 seconds. That was like 3.5 seconds in. So anyway, hello everyone and welcome to the Geek Battle show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel and all the other platforms that you can watch us on, including X and others. Twitch, we're on Twitch. Just make sure you'll be able to hear a podcast audio version. What?
Zed. Is it? I mean, we have an X.
Yeah, but why? Why do we have an X and not a Z? Right. So anyway, on that note, we have some fantastic people on the show tonight. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things. There is today the trailer for Captain America 4 dropped. We can have a look at it. We can't play the audio obviously, but we'll take a look at it and react to it. There's other new things. There's new stuff. There's Gladiator 2 that's got a trailer out as well. There's new set photos of Superman Legacy and some potential spoilers for the plot, which I may hold off or may just give my thoughts on, and so much more. So, with this, let's meet everyone on tonight's show in our introductions round, where they'll be on the quest for an extra point. Now, apparently, I'm not supposed to jibber-jabber, because, oh shit, Nick has something on his mind. Nick.
Hey, how are you guys? My random geek fact of the day would be that I don't have one.
-3 points. Right, okay, so Nick, what you said, though, that you wanted to discuss something.
Yeah, I have a discussion point. If you had to cast an American actor for Doctor Who would it be?
Over my dead body. Moving on. So, continuing the introductions. Dave,
No.
say hello to the people.
I actually want to have this conversation.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure... Look, as they crudely said in Terminator 3, talk to the hand. Ain't gonna happen. Dave, we might
Terminator 3 never happened, you're right.
Hang on, Nick. Unfortunately, your mic's just become muted. Dave, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people, I am Dave MC here in Paris, France, and my geek fact, so in the Acolyte series, we've seen the Quirrell, whose helmet is made of a material in Star Wars called cortosis. It's almost the same as Beskar. Beskar, however, is stronger. Cortosis is actually used as a material to disrupt lightsabers. It's mostly used in daggers. It's never really used for armor, because it's not as strong as something like Beskar or Durasteel armor. So, but cortosis can not just it turns them off, turns lightsabers off, but it discharges all energy in Star Wars.
I'm not going to lie, everything you just said is turning me off as well. Right, so bonus point there.
This is why I don't come on this show very often now, because I just get insulted.
Look, I'm on a roll here. You should be on the show more often. That way the ratio of insults, I have to condense it, don't I? Right.
Because you need Brits when Americans talk about, oh, if you want American as Doctor Who.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Brits and Americans, Capelfave, say hello to the people.
Hail from the land of leopards and elephants and crocodiles, and how's my audio? I didn't get to check it first. Is it good?
It's okay. It's reasonable.
It's alright. Okay.
No, it's terrible.
My random geek fact for today, which I just learned a little bit more, like half an hour before, when Russell Crowe was in the Sixtine Chapel or some sort of chapel, the important chapel that has all the artwork in, he was actually there and there was no one else. And usually they don't turn on the big lights to show the paintings because it would damage it, so they only use natural light to actually show the paintings. But they do turn on the big lights for the Pope, so he can actually clearly view the paintings more clearly. But when Russell Crowe went there, they did turn that on and show him everything, and he was really surprised that they did that. And he asked why, and he said, "Dear Maximus, you are the Emperor of Rome."
That's very good.
Gladiator.
My biggest takeaway from that, Cap, is that the Pope is destroying the Sistine Chapel slowly but surely. Unbelievable. Diz.
He doesn't go there often.
Well, he should do. Right, Diz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Biz from Chattanooga, Tennessee. got a new YouTube channel there, Back Issuetopia. If you're into comic books, check it out on YouTube. I got a new episode up. Thank you. Appreciate the thumbs up and the nods and everything. My random geek fact is something that actually has been a topic of discussion over there on the channel, and that is Marvel Comics have always been woke. They've always been progressive. A lot of people think they've just gotten progressive lately, and that's some BS. So Stan Lee was a big proponent of equal rights and civil rights and all that stuff, and they've been doing that stuff since the 60s. So shut the hell up, you morons. It's always been progressive.
Okay, thank you very much, Diz. Now, Diz, I am going to comment that I'm slightly disappointed. When I saw that your channel was called Back Issuetopia, I thought it was going to help me with my lumbar region. But
well, if you bend, David, if you will bend over backwards and stick your head up your own ass, I think that'll help.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic.
I thought we were still doing insults.
No, absolutely. When did we ever stop? Now, speaking of insults, Nick, let's come back to your question a second. Does anyone have an answer for an American that should play Doctor Who?
Oh, I do.
I think we're dead.
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey is Doctor Who. Oh my
That
god.
would be that's a frightening prospect there. And he's Canadian.
Yeah.
No.
There's only one.
Who?
Only one choice, and that is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He's an American.
Get into the TARDIS now! Get back to the TARDIS!
Get to the chopper!
Get to the TARDIS.
Yeah, where's the Daleks?
Come with me if you want to relive the last 10 days.
Daleks, you are being terminated.
There you go.
I have my two people that I would choose to be an American
I
actor
thought
who
you
plays
might.
Doctor.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
No.
No, okay, hang on. You're starting to win me over.
My two actors are Samuel L. Jackson, because of course,
Yeah.
and then my other one, unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago. Would have been I forgot his name. His name Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Alan
Alan Rickman is
He was
British.
He's British.
Oh, he's British.
Yes!
He didn't.
You know what? No, I'm in agreement. If any American could ever play Doctor Who, it is Alan Rickman. He is the best American for the job.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
he already
for saying
proved it with all of
Mr.
those
Good for
British.
German.
He already proved it with all of those British parts he played. You know, like he famously played the Englishman Hans Gruber. You know, it's all good.
Yeah.
But can you guys just picture a Samuel L. Jackson as Doctor Who?
No, that would
Well,
be awful.
So
I will strike
actually, I
down
can't.
upon thee with furious anger for those who question my Time Lord.
I
so
can because
sick
we've already
of
had
these
a Samuel
mother
Jackson type.
Daleks on this mother spaceship.
What?
I didn't want to say that
Hold
one
on,
because
hold on.
I don't know.
But then, because the TARDIS has a translation matrix, so if it breaks one time, you're gonna go English. Do you speak it?
Hang on a second. We've actually already had a Samuel L. Jackson type performer as Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi. I mean, he's famously foul-mouthed from what was the name of the show?
And they're both Scottish. You're right.
Well, no. So if you're looking for somebody that was foul-mouthed and ill-used in that capacity as Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi was an excellent choice. I think he was a great doctor. He got some crappy scripts, just like Jodie Whittaker got some crappy scripts, just like what's his name? Fume.
Shutigawa.
Shit, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name.
Shutigawa.
Which one?
The new one.
Yeah.
In Shute. Who's the new guy?
Shooty.
Shooty.
Just remember, like, shooty.
He's gotten some shitty scripts, like
Yeah. He's got some shooty
like
scripts.
Space Babies was possibly the worst thing ever
Yeah.
put to
Yeah.
film.
I don't want to.
I
I want to talk about it, but at the same time, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
What about Will Smith as Doctor Who?
No. We had Matt
He's trying to
Smith.
insert his
That was
kids
good.
in as the TARDIS crew.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't think you can have an American do justice to playing the Doctor.
No.
Now wait a minute. What about so I said Danny DeVito. What about anybody from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Each of them would bring something.
I don't watch that show. I couldn't comment.
Oh, you
But
definitely
Jeff
should watch the
Goldblum.
show. Oh, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Hang on, Dave.
That's
Hang
it.
on, Dave.
Jeff Goldblum.
It just occurred to me.
Jeff Goldblum is the Doctor.
Time
Jeff
finds
Goldblum
a way.
would be absolutely perfect.
If Doctor Who had truly been American, at some point it would have been Jeff Goldblum. At some point it would have ended up as Nicolas Cage.
Yes!
You'd be good. You'd be good.
I'm for that one. I am for that one.
Nicolas Cage is the Doctor.
Oh, and can you imagine the crossover, like the 70th anniversary special, where Nicolas Cage's Doctor and Jeff Goldblum's Doctor interact with?
Put the screwdriver down. Put the screwdriver down.
Put the screwdriver back in the box.
No, not the Daleks! Ah! Ah!
Oh, man. No, it's an interesting thing that I pray will never ever happen, but yeah.
Yep. I just want it to end right now.
No, I just want them to make it better.
Well, it's the thing. It's
Look, it's
at the moment it's not going to get better. At the moment we're in a crisis where shit needs to go in the box for 10 years, and then everyone will forget what just happened. And then we bring it back out after 10 years.
I
and
know
then
how to fix
bring
it.
something new.
I know how to fix it.
Stop bringing back old enemies and stop shoehorning
I
shit
don't mind
into
that
it.
if they do it well, but this is how they fix it, right? The new season comes on, they're like, oh, they've been secretly filming it. The opening shot, the Pandorica opens, Matt Smith sits there, Amy then says, "Are you okay, Doctor?" He said, "I just had a terrible nightmare," and then they continue onwards. Done.
Thank you. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
It's perfect.
I'm gonna say fuck you.
Wouldn't that be Luke Skywalker's line as well for the sequel series? Oh God, I just had a nightmare, Leia.
Yeah.
Have you guys
I'm sorry.
Have you guys seen the Star Wars filibuster at the end of Park and Rec, done by
Yes.
Pat Oswalt?
Yes.
That's what that reminded me of right now. The Pandorica opening, and then you see I could have totally gone to that. Whenever you have 10 minutes to spend, watch this clip. It is bloody brilliant.
Okay. Cap?
I want to bring things back to the Gladiator. Mainly, did I get my point for the fact? And we can talk about the trailer
I did
later.
give you a point. I don't know if it was earned, but I definitely gave you one.
Did you
So,
not
what do you guys
think
think?
this
What do you
was
guys
something-
think about? What do you guys think about the new Gladiator thing?
The trailer. I
Know
thought
nothing
was
about
interesting.
Gladiator and
Who here has seen the trailer for Gladiator? I can try to bring it up, and we can take a look at it. Obviously, without the sound.
I have
posting.
not seen it at all.
It has Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone else well known in it? Because I'll be honest, obviously Russell Crowe, declined to return for the sequel.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah, that's it. I was trying to remember who was in it.
Pedro Pascal in Gladiator.
In everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mandalorian. Mandalorian is going to the Gladiator bits, baby.
Fascinating.
Isn't that basically Mando? Isn't Mando basically Gladiator?
No. Well, he's more of a.
One's a bounty hunter with a child, and the other one was about an idiot who lost his family.
Okay, so anyway,
I don't know what you
I'm
said.
bringing up the protection shield. So now we can play it without getting dinged, but I need to make sure it's muted. So the opening shot is Denzel Washington, and then it says the trailer starts now, which is some weird new trend they have. And so that, I assume, is the son of Maximus. It shows Russell Crowe in a flashback, and
Wait, didn't he die? The son
yes, that's
of
why he's in a
Maximus.
flashback. It's just a clip of the old film.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Dave. 20-year-old spoilers. 25-year-old spoilers. Jesus.
Oh wow.
Is this actually coming out in theaters, or is this just a Netflix?
Oh no! It's. I think it's Ridley Scott. They're not going to put that straight to Netflix. So, and look, Denzel Washington. Maybe Denzel does Netflix, but
Wait,
there are
what
some
the
actors
fuck?
that should just stay as cinema exclusives, and Denzel is one
Hold
of
on,
them.
I'll be right back, guys.
What the fuck is that shit?
Well, that dude.
What?
Yeah, he's obviously
No,
the
no,
new
no,
Joaquin
he-
Phoenix guy.
The
But-
thing is that there has been talks that Washington might get the role of Hannibal on a series, and again, I'm up for it because he's a good actor. He will probably nail any role that he gets.
Okay, has there ever been a bad Denzel Washington film? Like, I'm not saying all of them are blockbusters, but I think he makes
The only one
anything decent.
I've seen Denzel Washington in is The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
You didn't like that?
I didn't really like it, no.
No, well, yeah, it wasn't great, but I remember, like, I've only watched it the once, so that says something, but I don't remember thinking, oh, I'd never watch that again.
There's
Yeah.
one
Action
with
films
Mark
and things, the
Wahlberg, I
equalizers.
think. There's one with Mark Wahlberg, which I didn't really enjoy. I kind of skipped through the film, and I don't remember much of it.
Yeah. So look, I'll be honest. This very much just looks like the first Gladiator again.
Yeah.
What's the premise? What's the
Well, it's Roman
The
times,
plot.
right? So, there is still like Roman leaders, and they'll still put people into the arena. They'll have a battle. This one has a rhino in it, so I think.
Oh wow.
I think that's basically it. He's the son of the murdered father of a murdered wife or whatever. He'll probably get some version
And he
of
will
that
have
in
his
the life.
vengeance in
Yeah,
this
exactly.
life or the next.
We've done that.
Yeah, but they're going to do it again, Dave.
I think it's been a while since we've had a big epic like this that isn't fantasy. So obviously,
Yeah.
as soon as this came out, we got the likes of Troy and whatever the heck else we got. They were all meant to be like jumping on the bandwagon of Gladiator. And then as soon
We
as
got
we got
Troy and Alexander.
yeah, I'm sure. And then as soon as we got like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and Twilight, they were like, oh my god, we can do these big battles. Vampires and werewolves and stuff. So
What?
yeah, go on.
I was gonna say the I want to say it's the Emperor. It's not the Emperor, but the guy in the white robes with the red hair. He reminds me of the little kid king from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's obviously what they're going for.
Joffrey?
Yeah.
Joffrey,
He
yeah.
looks like a
He reminds me of
old
Joffrey.
because they always.
I think
But that's what, like, Joaquin Phoenix's character in the first one was just like a character in that same mold.
it's
like-
a
I'm
thing
just like-
with like. So
It's like
it's a thing that whenever you get a good emperor, and then the next one is probably going to be a shitty one. It's like the son destroys the legacy of the father. It usually happens because they're great emperors, but they turn out to be terrible dads. So that happens.
It's like the every other decade theory.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you come up with like a good point as well. But like I think it absolutely is a thing where you'll get like the emperors who they're usually presented as people that have power rather than that they are like necessarily powerful. And so I think every cinema emperor has just always been in the mold of the greatest one on screen of all time, Kenneth Williams as Julius Caesar. They're literally all in the mold of him. And they've taken his character, his characterization, and then they take away the laughs, they don't play it for laughs, and then it is literally, when you look at the likes of Joffrey or Joaquin Phoenix and this dude that's going to be in this new one, they are all basically Kenneth Williams as Julius Caesar in Carry On Cleo. Infamy, they've all got it infamy. Cap.
Well, you're not gonna. Go ahead, Cap.
The one thing I will say, because like Dave brought up Joffrey, another hit series is currently going right now is House of the Dragon, which I've been enjoying a lot. We got a good dragon fight this episode. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but again, it's a
spoiler.
good dragon fight.
Dragons fighting it? No.
In House of the Dragon.
Yes! Can you believe it? Well,
That's
the
like
thing,
when someone told me the film The Hobbit was about a hobbit.
What's a hobbit?
yeah, but you think Yeah, but you think so. But when you start watching House of the Dragon Season 2, it starts off very laggy. Like, there's one stupid thing that doesn't happen, like, you kind of have to... It's good writing, so you'll be engaged. They've written the show pretty well, so you'll be engaged with the characters and everything. But mainly, you want to see dragons fight, but you only see that in episode 4. But it's a good one. It's worth the wait. It's worth the payoff.
Okay, yeah, no, I still need to catch up from season 2 of Game of Thrones before I get to House of the Dragon. So.
I need to do season 1.
That's the one season 8.
It's still on season 8. Okay,
No,
so
don't watch.
what is the deal with like, is he just never going to write it? So, what is his name?
He's working on it.
He's been
George
working
R.
on it
Martin.
for 11 years. George R.
It's now-
Martin. Like,
Yeah, I saw a thing. It's now outlasted the Confederacy, and just like the Whig political party. He's been working on this damn thing forever.
okay, so look, I remember when this was like first a thing. They were like, because look, when the Harry Potter films started, not all of the books were out yet. It happens.
Yeah.
Right.
When Game of Thrones started, it became a thing. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? Are they going to have to take a pause because the final 2 books? There's still at least 2 books that aren't out. And then when it was announced, well, the series is going to continue and show you basically the story that's planned before the books come out. And then I know everyone hated the last season. Did he just think like, well, what's the point now?
He was well. See, that's a good question. Whenever I write better on a deadline, and I write better needing to have some money in the bank. So, I mean, he's got all this money coming in from residuals for the show, sales of the books. He's got no reason to write at this point. He's got there's no impetus for him to actually complete this stupid book other than people yelling at him. And who likes to write when people are yelling at you?
I mean, there's going to be another Wheel of Time that like he's going to die, and then one of his kids or something is going to end up writing the end, and it's going to fuck it up.
Yeah, but isn't Wheel of Time was written by Brian Sanders or someone who finished the last book? He's a good writer.
It's terrible.
Which was terrible. Wow, Nick didn't like the last book of Wheel of Time. Who knew?
I didn't.
I've never read Wheel of Time.
No, I don't know it.
So my big problem with the Wheel of Time, which is true, is that it's 22 books long, and it does, or 20 some odd books long, and it doesn't get good until the 5th or 6th book.
How on earth did you get that far?
Yeah, that's a good point.
My older brother had read it, and he was like, you need to keep reading it, it gets really good.
Okay, well,
His problem is
a broader point.
Keep reading it. It'll probably get good.
God, Diz.
A broader point is that this happens to a lot of series, right? Like Dune. Frank Herbert wrote, 3 or 4 Dune books, then he died, then his kid, it's profitable, so his kid takes it over. The publisher wants it to keep going. Even Tolkien, he wrote The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and he had all these other notes, and the publisher smelled money, so he had his son come along and finish Silmarillion and some of those other things. And then, of course, you've got the Battlefield Earth decology from L. Ron Hubbard, which he died like 3 books in, and then the Church of Scientology said, oh, no, he had all these books written beforehand. And they changed dramatically after he died. They just kept cranking them out. They had some low-level functionary in the church keep writing the books.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that Martin, he's not a healthy man, if you look at him.
No.
There's a good chance he'll die before he finishes the book. And is that even the last book? Was that supposed to be the last book?
No, I think it's
There's
2 more, I think.
There's a video of the rap zone where George R. R. Martin, the reason why he hasn't finished his book is because he made a deal with the devil, and he can only claim his soul that if he finishes this is the last book, and that's why he will never write it.
Well,
so it's the
Cap and
real
I did
devil Georgia story?
Cap and I did a thing on Discworld, which how many books were in that series, Cap?
41.
41, and he got Parkinson's and passed away. And Cap knows more about it than I do, but I don't think I don't think anybody is engaged in continuing those books, are they?
I don't think so, because like he kind of contains the story well in each book. It takes place in the same universe, but the stories kind of end. So there's no like big twist. If the turtle's gonna bang another turtle, that's not a thing that people are looking for. It's very self-contained. It usually with the things that when the story's actually a continuation and it hasn't wrapped up yet, that's where people get like picky about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure
Discworld is very self-contained.
Yeah, like,
but here's the thing, like, if you take a look at...
When did Terry Pratchett die? It's not even that long, really, is it?
No.
2018,
yeah, I was
I
going to
think?
say, 16, 18, 19, something like this. So, I don't... Oh, someone just joined. What's just happened? Oh, it's Dev. Dev has joined the fray. Hello, Dev.
Hey. Nobody told Friday or 8 o'clock. So I just realised. I saw the chat now. I thought it was yesterday.
Yes, welcome to yesterday.
Yeah, welcome to yesterday. Well,
Terry
Pratchett finished his time machine.
Okay.
Terry Pratchett passed away in 2015 due to a rare form of Alzheimer's. So yeah, it was 2015. But again, he wrote 41 books.
It wouldn't surprise. What's going to happen is there's going to be a ton of adaptations because hardly any of his things have been adapted into. I don't know if there's been any.
No, they have been terribly.
Yeah, no, there's been TV shows and things. There's been hardly any.
Yeah.
I swear, there's not been many live action stuff. So there's going to be all of that. At some point in the future, there will be some writer. Just because you even think of like James Bond. I remember maybe 10 years ago there was like a new James Bond book, and it was such and such a writer writing as Ian Fleming. And so, but it's because they didn't need to do that for years because they were cranking out movies and they were like, well, this movie takes its title from one of the chapters of this book that he'd done, and they could just come up with new scripts. But eventually they were like, why aren't we capitalizing in book form as well?
But here's the thing, guys. Like, we talked about long series, right? Warhammer 40k has a library. It technically has a library of books. And they had a continuation story of 64 books that just wrapped up the Horus Heresy. And they're still kicking it. And they do bring in different writers. They can't really stick to one writer, so they bring in different writers. Yeah, but they stick to the rules.
Well, that's a different thing, though. I mean, if your series is an anthology series and you've got different writers writing different parts, that's completely different. Yeah. And
it is not an anthology, it is still a continuation. Mainly the problem is, like, when you bring in another writer, they will mess it up, they will kind of break the world a little bit, and you kind of make sense of the story kind of goes away.
I suppose the real test is, when it comes to Agatha Christie with, like, Poirot or Miss Marple, have other people written that, or is it still just pure?
It's all Agatha Christie.
Is it? So
Still
it's never gone to anyone else? Because I think I'm correct in saying that the most prolific writer, like author, of the English language is a guy you may not have even heard of called Frank Richards, who wrote a series of books in the UK called Billy Bunter, and it was stories of a schoolboy at Greyfriars School. And there were rumours for a long time that he was many people, similar to what they say about Shakespeare, but he proved that no, there is only one of me. And he was just this, like, ridiculously prolific writer. And then when he died, as soon as he died, his children just continued writing under his name. And so people could tell, well, this isn't, because they were just cranking it out. Because this goes back, he died in about the 1960s. And so...
This happened to...
It wasn't like...
This weirdly happened.
Yeah, you didn't have everything, like, mass reprinted and that. So the only way to keep capitalising was to keep putting out new things rather than reprints and stuff like that. But let's go ahead, guys.
That's kind of what happened to Friedrich Nietzsche as well. Like, after he became really ill, his other books were not finished by him; they were finished by his sister. That he could not stand when he was like young, healthy, but he had no choice but to move in with her because like he got incredibly unhealthy. And all the weird, like, well, I can't really say those stuff on YouTube, but the things like, kind of the bad ideas kind of represent Nietzsche as this, like, this one That's all came from his sister, not even him. So his kind of work is much more melancholy, where it's like up to interpretation. While when his sister took over, all of his work are mainly like, yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. This is the lesson. So that people do mess up your work, but that's why I'm saying like the effective of Warhammer was, even though they're the continuation of a story, they have rules. Okay, they establish the world, they establish rules, and they say stick to them. Don't break it. If you're gonna break it, go through the community and stuff, and we will like check if it goes well, and they do it. That's why they overprice you for a lot of stuff.
See, I wish they did that with Star Wars. I honestly wish they did that for Star Wars.
I wish they did that with everything.
Although Dave wasn't here when I said this, about how with Star Wars they don't tell them it's not a concrete plan. Every director gets to do their own thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's entirely the problem. It's not like I give the MCU credit in that it's the first Infinity Saga had a whole plan, like a broad plan as to right, this is where we're going, this is where we're getting to. And I was actually watching someone talking about what Star Wars could do to fix it. They could break it down into a separate universe. Like you've got call it just say the Mandoverse, where you have like the Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, all in one place, taking place between 6 and 7. Then you have your Rise of the Empire stuff with like Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then now you've got the Acolyte, which is like age before the High Republic era. Break things down. Don't try to make everything one big. Collectively, it's one big story. But you don't need to have. Oh, you need to see Obi-Wan to understand this bit of Ahsoka, or you need to see this High Republic story to understand Episode 9.
See, this was always the philosophy of like basically the entirety of cinema. It was only the MCU that actually broke through that mold, and pretty much every other attempt to change that to replicate that formula has failed. Like nothing other than the MCU has had this massively interconnected world. Like DC didn't manage it, the Dark Universe didn't manage it. When they were suddenly saying, "Oh, we're going to cross over Die Hard and 24 and Jump Street and Men in Black," none of these other things would make sense because you're going to diminish your audience for any of the individual things. And when it comes to Star Wars, as soon as Disney got their hands on it, they said, right, so everything before that was books and whatever else, video games, that's now legends, that doesn't count. But generally, other than like the most die-hard fans, who understands that? And so when you go to the cinema, and I've mentioned this recently, and you suddenly see the new Halloween film or the new Terminator film, and it doesn't follow the continuity of the ones that the general public have seen before, they get confused. Because they're like, oh, hang on, I thought that was his sister in Halloween, or, oh, I thought they killed off Sarah Connor. It's because no one's reading, like, the making of stuff and the interviews to understand the context of that they're splitting up and going down different continuities. When it comes to something like Batman, people have, like, understood, oh, it's a different Batman, it's its own story now. Or they'll be like, oh, how many times are they going to do the origin of Spider-Man because he suddenly gets bitten in the first film again? And people can understand that. But trying to say, oh, well, this is its own thing, that's its own thing, people are going to have just checked out by that stage.
And I think it's also because like they're kind of pointing it out that this is sequels and prequels. That's why even people get very confused. Like Spider-Man, there's a new Spider-Man comes out. It's Spider-Man something new, baby. And they're like, yeah, okay, it's Spider-Man something new. And they go Batman. Batman, they don't even have to say it. People kind of get that. I would say the Christopher Nolan trilogy is probably the ones like, yeah, we're doing a thing where you probably need to catch up on a little bit. But even those movies are very self-contained movies. So
yeah. And
but something like Batman can work because everyone sort of has a basic understanding of. You won't need to read a comic or see a previous film. Everyone has a basic understanding of who Batman is. In something like Warhammer or Star Wars, there's a whole treasure trove of things that you should know about. Who's the Empire? Who's the Imperium of Man? Understand the basics of lore. And in cinema's case, you've got to try and get all this information out, but make it understandable, you know, like condense the information, but make it known to everybody. Oh, this is how this person's supposed to be. Oh, this is why they worship this god, you know, that sort of thing.
But you know,
See,
go ahead.
sorry, David, you just reminded me. There are actually 2 shared universes that did work. View-Askeverse, which is the Clarks and the Jay and Silent Bob universe.
Wait, the Jay and Silent Bob, that doesn't count as working, Dev. Come on, right? That was just. If you have to go to Jay and Silent Bob for it to work, then whatever, you can take that one.
And the other one is Machete.
Oh, what the? Is that what?
Machete universe.
What is the Machete universe? Is that just from those
It's-
trailers? Thing?
Might as well.
It's a series of movies that are not connected, apart from Machete appearing all of them, including Spy Kids.
Wait, Spy Kids is a Machete?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's their uncle.
Yeah, but like he doesn't have a machete in it.
Yes, he does.
Wait a minute.
He's
I
their
need to
uncle.
look this up. Danny,
It's Spy Kids.
It's PG. It's PG. You can't have a machete in a PG movie.
wait a minute. I need to
Spy
check
Kids
out
is
his
its own-
IMDb.
it's its own
You
little
can, it
universe.
just wouldn't be used as a weapon.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
cut a big sandwich or something.
I would love if that would be the greatest cinema thing in history if he was the same character with the same name. Okay, so
He's their uncle.
It's not the same name. It's not the same
What
name.
is it the uncle who's not the uncle, or is it the actual
No,
uncle?
actual uncle.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Jesus, he's done so many. He was in Clerks as well, right? Or Clerks or whatever. Right. Let's have a look.
So
He's
Clerks
done
is part of
thousands
the
of
Machete
films.
verse.
I've been scrolling for 3 minutes and I'm only up to 2022. Right.
Just
Bloody
Google
hell.
Spy Kids. Just Google Spy Kids.
Yeah, but okay.
Just
Hang on.
Google Spy Kids Machete.
Okay, I'm doing
Manny
it.
Trejo Machete. Spy
Okay,
Kids.
hang on. Okay. Right. Okay. Wait. From 2001 to 2003, Trejo appeared in the Robert Rodriguez-directed Spy Kids franchise as Isidore Machete Cortez. In 2010, he reprised his role as Machete in the spin-off exploitation action film Machete as the protagonist. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I never realized.
Okay.
So wait. Whoa. So this guy who plays Machete has played Machete in almost every film he does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my god, he was in the Halloween remake. Imagine if he was Machete in that as well. And he was like secretly the one that killed Michael Myers.
Or killed by a machete.
I can't remember, he does get killed by Michael in it, but I forget how.
He gets beaten up in toilet.
Oh, okay.
They
Right.
should have had a machete. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, but like, it depends when that was made. That was about 2008, maybe. Probably before he'd done Machete.
Rob Zombie, 2008, 2009.
Something
maybe.
like that. Something like that. Okay, so guys, I do have. There is going to be an extreme improv show because we had the live show last night. Had to like cram this in here. So we still got time. But what I'm saying is, at this point, we still got quite a few minutes. We haven't spoken about the Captain America 4 Brave New World trailer. So I'll bring it up on YouTube. We'll watch it if you haven't seen it. But we can react to it.
Also, David, I don't know if anyone's pointed it out. The title of the stream is wrong.
Title of the stream is wrong.
It says
What?
July
It's
4th.
got the wrong
Oh
date.
shit, I don't care. Right, who cares? I'll just change it later. Right, I usually update
It's 4th
the
of
date.
July somewhere.
Yeah, no, look, yeah, exactly. It's always 4th of July in my heart. But no, thank you for pointing that out. Right, okay, so let's bring up the stream. Oh no, can't show it. Got to bring up the Justice League field. So,
Wait, can't you show like little bits and snippets and then we stop it and comment
you know
on it?
what?
That's what those
Like,
music
when
people
I've
do.
done that in the past, just to give the context
Yeah.
to this, like, I put too elaborate a thing here, so I need to just make it better so you can see things better, right? But I showed like an 8-second clip of Ronaldo handing the Undertaker wrestler like some cup, or vice versa, and like I got like a copyright thing. So I'm super wary until I work it out. But anyway.
Okay.
Like, I wish I could find somewhere, if anyone watching or if you guys know the actual guidelines. So there we see Harrison Ford as General Ross, now President Ross. And look, they put in a thing here. Thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm getting used to the new look. What a reference that is. Right, and then we get...
And then he says...
they told me to lose the mustache or lose the election. So... You know,
I mean, that's
it's a
funny
nice
little,
little
that's a
nod
funny
there.
little joke there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making Captain America
gonna be
a
a bad
military
guy.
position. See, here's the problem though, because what can Sam Wilson do to go against it? He isn't a super soldier. So this is going to be interesting just on the facts that they take away his wings, and then what can he really do? Now, here's the other thing. I forget the character's name. You guys, Isaiah something, they just said. But
that's Isaiah Bradley. He was
Isaiah Bradley.
yeah, he was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They introduced this character.
Yes.
As like a Captain America from the same era as like World War II, and clearly he's just gone Winter Soldier on them.
Well, he was one of the first people to be subjected to the Super Soldier program, and it wasn't a complete success with him, so he was just used and cast aside.
Yeah,
and he was a little bitter about not getting the sort of recognition that Steve Rogers got.
But in the end of the film, like they kind of gave his like in this first series, they kind of gave his dues, right? When the end.
Yeah. Also, isn't this a nightmare if you have like epilepsy?
Well, the trailer.
Yeah,
Look,
because
guys,
of all the
if
flashing
any
white
of you got
lights.
epilepsy, like,
Now,
tell me
here
now.
it comes.
'Cause I don't know how to contact the authorities if I don't know your location. Right. I've had just this fear of someone just like passing out on the stream, and then we can do nothing but watch.
Here it comes. Here it
Brave
comes.
New World. Yeah, here comes the money shot. Kaboom! Right, let's rewind
There
that
it
back
is.
a second. Right, let's see if I can pause
He's
it.
gonna be a bad guy.
Well,
Probably.
at
To some
first the
degree.
Red Hulk
Let's see if
was
I
a
can
bad
pause
guy.
it.
It wasn't.
On the
It
money
was
shot.
kept a secret for a long time.
Yeah,
Right, I say a long time.
time.
Yeah, it was kept
So look
secret
at
for
that.
a long
We
time.
have Red Hulk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, like we ruined the green one. Let's have a red one.
Yeah.
Do you not know about the Red Hulk cap?
I do, but I don't know like how he was made. I just saw him in the animated series and stuff, but like I don't know the origins of it.
So in fact, let's see if we can bring it up. Or have I skipped it?
I'm not as versed in the Red Hulk lore, but basically, if they make it like the comic book, he absorbs energy. So he's another gamma irradiated. Yeah, he's another gamma irradiated character.
His powers work
I
with
guess
instead of it's not like the Hulk. It's not like the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. It's the angrier he gets, the hotter he gets. So he generates more.
The hotter he gets. Now
The
I wish
hotter
that
he
was my
gets.
power. The angrier
It was
I
a-
get,
but
the
it-
hotter I
But
get.
it's dangerous
So
radiation.
the more angry you get, you turn into what? Channing Tatum or something.
If that's your idea of what the ultimate hotness is, Dave, then you can go.
Well, I'm just going with that. That's my
No,
only
hang on,
reference
look, we've
book,
just
you
learned
know.
something about your tastes there, Dave. We've learned what you consider
Well, David, like
anger.
wait,
hotness.
David, well, David, if that was the case, like, what if you suddenly become hot as the woman that you find the most hot
Well,
as?
yeah, exactly.
The angry
When I get really
So his
angry,
ex-wife.
I want to turn into Jessica Alba. You know what I'm saying?
Not entirely. No, not entirely.
Oh, dear.
So now
I know.
Red Hulk can depower another Hulk. He can take their gamma away. So.
Oh wow!
Isn't that what he did to Rick?
So he's basically the parasite from Superman.
No, not exactly.
No, it only works with Hulks.
Yeah, it's more of a
Yeah,
gamma
gamma.
gamma-based ability than anything.
Yeah, he did it to Rick something, right? Rick. A-bomb.
Rick Jones.
Yeah.
A-bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we now have like Scar running around, Hulk's son, who is George
Oh my
Costanza.
god! Oh, I've forgotten that.
How dare you?
Are we just gonna keep talking about this thing until it goes away?
Guys, look, so first of all, I enjoyed this trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I always liked Falcon, now Captain America. It'll be interesting to see what they do with his character in a lead in a movie. I don't know if Buck is in this one.
No.
I like Harrison Ford. Usually, what he does, he plays things well. It's a shame that he gets the role under the circumstances that William Hurt passed away, obviously. But I think this will be a decent movie. I know it's had thousands of reshoots. Hopefully, it's because they've got it into good shape now. Diz?
Yeah, I also like Harrison Ford. I'm also excited about this movie. I think it's a nice return to form. Back during the Infinity Saga, that leg of the MCU, all these movies were like different takes on different genres. Like, Winter Soldier was a spy thriller, and this looks like this is going to be one of those espionage type. I don't know exactly what the genre is, but I'm really looking forward to it. The guy that plays the Falcon, he looks a lot like A-Train from The Boys. That's kind of...
He does, doesn't he?
Do you know what?
He does.
I bet they cast the guy in The Boys to give... oh my gosh, like we've just got someone that's auditioned who looks like one of the guys that our characters are somewhat emulating. I know he's not a speedster like A-Train, but I'm sure that's why he got that role. Dave?
I was just gonna say that I'll follow on Diz's point. Is that it looks good. I like the effects. I like the look of it. And going on what Diz was saying, like going to what they did in like the Winter Soldier with espionage spy sort of thing. My fear is that they're doing a similar story to what they did in Winter Soldier, making Captain America an enemy of the country in a way. So my fear is that they're going to make Sam Wilson, Captain America, an enemy of America.
Well,
currently the president is the bad guy, right? He's Red Hulk, so he's going to be the bad guy.
Oh, well, let me address that. There is, I could do a back Utopia on this. There is an entire run of Captain America books where he is an enemy of the state. And this happened in the 70s. Cap got disillusioned by Watergate and the Vietnam War and the government lying to him and sending him on missions that were, he felt immoral and against what America stood for, and he quit. That's a recurring theme in Captain America books. He just quits, and sometimes he'll just be Steve Rogers out there doing stuff. And in this particular run that I'm thinking of, he adopted the identity of Nomad, man without a country, and a very, very bad costume. It was a blue and yellow affair. If you look it up, it's really kind of horrible.
The only character I can think of that wears... The only character I can think of in blue and yellow is Banana Man.
Well, he does
So
have
it's
a
Banana
banana
Man.
head.
Says Banana Man Captain America.
With blue and yellow. Like Superman's primarily blue and then red
The Sentry
and yellow.
is blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Holy
Blue and
shit!
yellow.
Like when you say blue and yellow, first image that pops in the mind, because I was at a Comic-Con
Is Channing Tatum
last
dressed
month.
up as a banana? I bet.
Did you find it, David? Did you find it?
What, banana?
Just look for Captain America Nomad.
No, sorry,
banana.
I got distracted. Okay, 1 second.
Why is that not a movie?
I just saw it, and my reaction is, who let Booster Gold in the Marvel Universe?
Booster Gold, there you go.
Okay, so...
And so...
Sorry, I was just going to say, I found it now. So, here is Captain America as Nomad.
No, that's not it. How
It's
dare you,
Banana
sir?
Man!
You're
When
just
Eric eats
upset
a
that you
banana.
lost that war.
Okay,
Captain America is banana peel.
It's like a Billy Batson, but with bananas. Instead of
have to
saying
admit, I've
Shazam,
never
he
heard of
shouts
Banana Man.
potassium!
Hey,
Ugh.
Diz, I have a question.
Oh my god. This version of Captain America is definitely played by Channing Tatum. That's all I'm gonna say. Right,
I have a question for you.
1 second. Here we go. Here's the money shot. Booyah!
There we go. Go on.
Look at that.
Oh
Chest
my
full
god.
out.
Yep.
Wow.
That looks like a rejected costume Dick Grayson chose for Nightwing.
No, that looks like.
No, he used that one.
No,
No, he used
No,
that one.
it's
What
the
was the
same
strip
costume, Dave. They just ripped the front out of it like a.
No,
Like
look,
a-
what was the stripper film that Channing Tatum was in?
Magic Mike.
Oh yeah, Magic Mike.
Magic
Look,
Mike.
all I imagine if someone says, "Oh, you're going to see Magic Mike," and he comes out on stage like this. That's how the film begins. Honestly.
Oh, I'd watch that.
Like that.
What year was that? Was that run, Diz?
I'd watch it. That was in the 70s. I don't
That
remember
explains
exactly
a lot.
what
It
year.
explains a
So,
lot.
Yeah.
Diz, I have a question. Because
Yeah.
the Nomad I know is Jack Monroe. Who's he?
Jack Monroe. I'm not familiar with that version of Nomad.
Like,
But in
He was Bucky, then he became Nomad.
okay. Well, there were. They keep retconning Captain America, and during the 50s, no, of course. So Cap went in the ice in the 40s, right? During World War II, he goes in the ice, but America still needs Captain America, so they put some other poor dumb schmucks in the suit, and they also Captain America needs a Bucky, so they have some other poor schmucks become Bucky. And I don't know
How can you
offhand
have-
the names
wait,
of all of
wait.
them, but
Wait, so I get the idea
What?
that they can say, well, like Steve Rogers is old, he's dead, or whatever. He's handing off. We have a new Captain
Missing.
America. How can you have someone else that is the new Bucky? That was just his nickname. That isn't a
no,
position.
Well, they just call him Bucky.
Well, but
They
that would
just
be
call him
like
Bucky.
that would be like you leaving Diz and suddenly like Dev, you've been upgraded. You're now the new Diz.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Dave,
But
do you
no,
want to be
the
the
boys-
new
government
Oh, hang on,
positions.
Nick is gone.
These
Kat,
were-
do you want to be the new Nick?
Be the new Nick.
Well, the
We
boys
know
did
shit
the
at
Black
Nick.
Noir, so I don't know why it's.
That's right. But see, that was the whole idea in the comic books. They had this weird. So Captain America dies, and Bucky apparently dies on that rocket, and so we still need a Captain America. So the government makes another Captain America, and Captain America needs a Bucky. It was it was like for morale. They were still fighting the war.
I did not know that Captain America and Bucky were this like dynamic duo, like Batman and Robin. Like, well, you have Captain America, well, you need Bucky.
Yeah, that was exactly it.
Sidekicks used to be huge in comic books. It's really odd to me at 58 years old that we don't still have sidekicks.
In fact,
I would happily go and fight crime with my toddler if my wife would let me.
in fact, I'm going to say this. DC ripped off Marvel by bringing back Red Hood. Jason Todd as Red Hood.
Say that again, Dev?
DC ripped off Marvel by bringing back Jason Todd as Red Hood. When
Oh, yeah.
they brought back Bucky as Winter Soldier.
Yeah, kinda.
Maybe.
I mean, there's some. They did it a different way, though, right? I mean, it was the Cosmic
That was
Punch
Superboy,
that did.
Superboy Prime.
Yeah.
That was genius storytelling there.
Okay, so
Just throw his ass in a Lazarus pit. It's DC.
okay, so
That's what they did in the film. That's how they did it when they did Under the Hood.
guys,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to begin
that's
to
right.
wrap things up in just like a minute, because it's meant to be the next show in a minute's time, unfortunately. But we will continue some of these thoughts. One of my last thoughts that I'll give is that like any of these movies now are kind of like pointless in the MCU because of that chick from Game of Thrones has got the powers of everyone. So who cares if there's Red Hulk? You know, she's already got his powers, like probably. You know, so she can just I can't even remember. Gear? Was it Gear?
No, he didn't exist, so it couldn't be Red Hulk. But I get what you're
Well,
saying.
yeah, it definitely she has his powers. You think?
Or
General-
did he did,
She's
or
got
was he a
some of his
Skrull all
blood.
along?
She has some of his blood, right? You know. But anyway,
No,
so,
it was all characters from the. It was all they recovered DNA from the battle with Thanos there at the end.
Wait,
so it's only the characters who
that's
are
how they
involved in
got
that
them.
battle.
They actually
Yeah.
went around
Yeah.
swabbing the field.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, you know.
God
Ugh.
forbid
It's a
they
comic book.
they get the wrong mixture.
Yeah.
And she'll die. She'll die.
Okay, so
She'll die or
the
her
last
powers
other
will
thing
fade.
that I'll say before we have to begin to wrap it as well. American to play Doctor Who, Jack Black. I'd like to see that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
He'd
Yeah!
have fun
That
with
would
it.
be perfect.
He'd have fun.
Maybe.
Right,
Or
but
Ky-
guys,
Oh,
we're
and then he
gonna go
regenerates
on to
into
our
Kyle Gass.
we're gonna go on to our section of the show, which will be our outros. And if you have any geeky recommendations for the week, then let them be known. Starting with Dave. Where can the people find you and what's your recommendation?
So you can find me here on Geek Battle on Extreme Improv, and check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming, where at my gaming channel we just had episode 7 of The Magical Adventures of Misty and Mork. It was up on YouTube. Cat was there. He was very disappointed by the ending of the episode. And we have Alien vs Predator. We have new stuff coming up very soon. And my geek recommendation is, don't watch it. Don't watch The Acolyte. Go watch something else, like the War Games from Doctor Who. Go watch the final episode with Patrick Trout in the War Games, where something's going on and all these wars are taking place at the same time.
Okay. Dev, where can the people find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch on the name FUUDAT. And my geeky recommendation this week is, starting on the 18th on HBO Max, is the Kite Man animated TV show. It's one of the Harley Quinn show.
Wait, do we get HBO Max in the UK?
No.
I don't know.
Oh. Right, okay. Diz.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. You can find me here occasionally, or on the road doing some improv here and there. Or you can go to YouTube and look for Stephen Diz 3000 or Backish Utopia. Those are my two YouTube channels that I'm kind of focusing on right now. Also TikTok, Stephen Diz 3000. Please like and subscribe if you're into comic books. Backish Utopia, it's doing pretty well for me, so I'm going to be cranking out some more episodes in the next little bit. Got a new one out that just dropped about the Squadron Supreme and the saga of the Serpent Crown, which is really great. Great read. So look for me on YouTube and enjoy your comics, kids. Hey, kids, comics. There you go. That's it.
Okay. Capelthave.
Which one of us? There's two of us, apparently.
True story.
You can find me on Sword Deeds, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. I recently made a sketch about Inside Out. Go check that out. What if, like, Inside Out ran into, like, social media and stuff. And also, I've been running polls about a beauty contest between the Disney princesses. The classic era just wrapped up, and the Renaissance era just finished tonight. And the classic era was won by Snow White, and the Renaissance era was taken by Ariel, the Little Mermaid. There's going to be the 2000 edition, and there's going to be 2010's edition. I don't know, if I can find 4 princesses, I'm going to put them in a contest. So check that out as well, and you will expect a sketch every Sunday/Monday. So go check me out there. My recommendation for you guys is, check out the last season of Samurai Jack. If you can't watch the whole season, just check out the last season of Samurai Jack.
Okay.
Artistry.
Just before I do me, I can see that Mel has joined. She's definitely on the wrong link. But I've let Mel in. Mel, are you there? Mel, you're on the wrong link.
I am here.
You're on the wrong link.
I know.
This
I'm on Geek Battle,
you
apparently.
are on
Okay.
Geek Battle, but it was too exciting not to have you on Geek Battle. I think this is your first time.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
That's the first time a woman's ever been on here.
So I'm about to, literally I was about to do
Cap's
my
gonna
outro,
explode.
But Mel, we thank you for your contributions. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at mel.licious on YouTube.
There you
Yay,
go.
I got here just in time to plug.
Absolutely, that's
There you
the main point of it. So my name is David Pistansky. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pistansky, spelled Pustansky. Follow everything Geek Battle related. Smash that subscribe button on the Geek Battle YouTube channel, as well as on the Extreme Improv YouTube channel. And my recommendation, my geeky recommendation for the week is, I think it's only a few days before Deadpool and Wolverine open, so go see that. And until next time, stay safe, always stay extreme, live long and prosper, and may the force be with you.